Good morning, OB Fit Mega Ace Challenge Group. It's a bright and early Monday morning, and we are ready to go. We've got a couple more days to finish up our challenges for June, so we want everybody with reckless abandon to work to hit your goals. So many people have done great things this month. The Kirksies not only finished the 30-mile challenge, but they celebrated an anniversary on Saturday on the day that they both crossed the 30 miles together. It doesn't get any better than that. Congratulations to the Kirksies. And we saw just phenomenal things during the month of June. June is not over. We got a couple more days, and we've got some people who are going to take it right down to the wire. Keep pressing. Keep going towards your goal. We call this a challenge for a reason. It should not be easy for you to achieve your goal. We want you to pick goals that challenge you. If it's not a challenge, it's not benefiting you. With that being said, just around the corner are the July challenges. But before we talk about the July challenges, let's talk about Tuesday, tomorrow. Tuesday is 1 mile assessment day. So what we want to do is post the 1 mile times and be able to compare it against the last 1 mile time you had. So on Tuesday, we hopefully will have everyone post only their 1 mile times. And then later in the day after 5, post things that relate to your month. But what we want to see on Monday is be able to look at your times for your miles and go back and see what you did the first time you did the mile. So try to repeat the same course that you did to get your mile assessment so that we could compare comparable numbers. I used the track. I went to Godby Track, and so I can go back there and know that the conditions are pretty much the same. The distance, the inclinations, all of those kind of things. The incline will be the same. So in the future, when we do assessments, try to pick a place that you can repeat the conditions, and a local track is a good place to do that. Also, with the t-shirts, while we were so happy to get those t-shirts in, I was so happy to meet people as they came and picked up their shirts. What we did first was ship out the shirts the farthest away, and today we'll drop off the last of the local shirts. So by midweek, close to the end of the week, according to how the mail is running, everyone should have their shirts. Feel free to contact me and Thais by, say, Thursday. If you have not received your shirt, contact me, and we'll make sure we track that down and make sure everybody's happy. And Thais, Mary, and Alethea, my triple threat partners, are going to announce today that they want everyone to wear their shirts and post it. Of course, it's your shirt. You can wear it whenever you want to, but they want to have a special day where everybody wears their shirt and posts the picture of themselves wearing their shirt. If you didn't get a shirt this time, don't worry. Coming up in a couple of weeks, we'll have an online store directly from the supplier, so we don't have to be the middleman. So look for the OB Fit Mega Ace online t-shirt store coming soon, and there'll be all different kinds of styles: tank tops, razorbacks, hoodies, whatever you want to wear to display OB Fit Mega Ace and show your pride. All right, July is almost here, and with July comes our 4 new sets of challenges: the 30-mile challenge, the 60-mile challenge, the 100-mile challenge, and the 150-mile challenge. We've released those. If you're watching this, by the time you're watching this, you can go inside your app and see the July challenges. Pick a challenge that does just that. Pick a challenge that challenges you. It's actually not good to just jump in all the challenges. If you can get 150 miles, some people would get in the 30, 60, 100, and the 150. Just go with the 150 and challenge yourself. We want to reserve the 30-mile challenge for those people who are challenged by a 30-mile trek. We don't want people using that as a barometer along your way. So please be cognizant of those who are in the 30-mile group. We love them to death, all of them. And we're happy that they're there and making strides for their fitness. Now, yesterday, we went over and spent time with O'Neal Brown. And he did us some juicing tips, and he also healthy vegan meal. That'll appear on the news next week. As we close out today, I cooked this past week, and I eat meat. Coach O'Neill is vegan. So coming up next at the conclusion of this is our first healthy cooking show. I cooked some salmon and some vegetables and things like that for those who do eat meat. And then Coach O'Neill is cooking the vegan meal, which, by the way, Zachary and I devoured it like in 0 seconds flat. Me and my son, we devoured it. It was delicious. But you can see how it was cooked. One thing I want to advise everybody, neither one of us use recipes. We both season to taste and to our feel. So there's not necessarily recipes, but just kind of understand the process and the mindsets of cooking healthy. It's no use in getting all these great miles and eating fried chicken every day. It's just not good. So try to balance that off. Balance what you eat and do. All right, that's about it for the news for OB Fit Mega Ace Challenge Group. Coming up next is me, cooking healthy. Hey, OB Fit Mega Ace Challenge Group. I am Vaughn Wilson, and I will be cooking for you today. We promised we'd show you some healthy meals. So I'll be cooking a meal today with some protein. O'Neill is vegan, so next week he'll be showing you some recipes from that side. The meal I'll be preparing today will be some salmon with some collard green kale mix as the vegetables. So here we go. All right, first thing I'll do is prepare my onion. Love cutting onions. Some people get the pre-cut onions. I don't like that. I like to make my onions the specific size I want them, so I peel mine and chop mine myself. All right, now once you got your onions all chopped up, we're gonna get our wok and get this fire going. Get a little bit of olive oil, a little teaspoon of minced garlic, now they say these greens are triple wash, but I always like to give mine one more wash just to make sure. If y'all could smell these onions and garlic right now, you know this is going to be good. Add a little cracked black pepper. A little bit of sea salt. A little bit of raw vinegar. Just a little bit. Not only are these squash good, but they're an excellent source of vitamins. And also when you're cooking, one thing about your vegetables, you want to have some varied colors. You need good colors going in your vegetables. So we're going to slice up these squash and we'll get to them a little later on. But while we're waiting on those onions to caramelize, we'll just get the squash ready. All right, these are starting to caramelize nicely. Starting to look and smell really good. Now, being healthy, we're not going to cook with too much butter. This is the entirety of the butter we'll use for the entire recipe, and that's just to help that caramelization. So for everything we cook today, that is the only amount of butter that we'll use. We'll start by adding in collard green. And of course, add in kale. It looks like a lot, but by the time it finished cooking now, it'll be a good amount. Start mixing those caramelized onions in a little bit. What we don't want to do is overcook it. We want to cook it so that it gets to the point where it's tasty. But we don't want to overcook it to where it's soggy and it's cooked out all the minerals. So as you can see, it's already starting to cook down. I'm going to try to lock in that flavor a little bit. So we'll put that, just sit it there so it can cook down. All right, let's take a look at what we got brewing here. And that is looking fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Those greens, those onions, and that kale, that is looking really good right there. Get them going with just a little bit of olive oil. Just trying to get a seasoning salt on there. Crushed black pepper. All right, so we're gonna add half an onion in with the squash. Make a good contrasting flavor. A good sound for that squash. With this, we're almost done with our vegetables, and next up will be that tasty salmon. Set them to the side, and now prepare our salmon. Now I like wild caught salmon with the skin on. Do not like farm raised salmon. Okay, here's our salmon. It's a nice piece of salmon. Natural piece of salmon is, these are large salmon, they're wild caught. You want wild caught, you don't want farm raised. You want the skin on. You want as less processing as possible when you get it. And you don't want it to be too red because those are artificial colors if it's too red. This pinkish color, they call it salmon for a reason because this is the natural color of salmon. But one way you can tell if your salmon has been altered, if it looks too red. If it looks like this, or close to this, it's been altered. So this is the perfect color salmon, the natural color. Of course, salmon is a meaty fish, so each serving doesn't need to be real big because salmon is really meaty. So I'm gonna make 4 portions out of this salmon. Down all the way through there, make sure you get through the skin. Now I got 4 good looking pieces of salmon there. Alright, the first thing I do in seasoning my salmon is put lemon. Put the lemon on that, and that'll help stick the flavorings to it. Which we don't put much flavoring on the salmon because it has a great taste itself. So all you want to do is accent its natural flavor. So I'll put a little cracked ground pepper. The reason I don't make ingredients because I season the taste into sight. A lot of what I season is by sight, so it's not a measurement I know. Obviously we'll put a little salt on there, a little sea salt. Not iodized salt, sea salt. Good. Just a little bit. Salt. And some of this is going to cook off when it's cooking anyway. Minced garlic juice. When you get minced garlic, there's some juice in minced garlic. And that juice right there, that is a great seasoning. Put a little bit of that along the way. Too much of the actual garlic, but just that juice. Alright, so in cooking the salmon, we will be cooking it at a little higher heat, and we are cooking it on a stove. So we're going to turn the fan up because the heat is going to be elevated. The salmon will smoke from the olive oil. So let's go ahead and coat it and get that olive oil going, and then we'll add in the salmon. Just basically want enough to coat the bottom. Alright, that heat looks about right when you start seeing it bubble up and make waves down there. I like to cook mine on the meat side down first. Make sure that olive oil gets all around to it. That's looking pretty good on that side, so I'll flip it over. Got to be careful because the salmon is soft at this point. If it's hard, you've overcooked it. That looks delicious. That's coming along pretty good, so I'm going to put a little bit more lemon on the top. I was cooking to try to seal in that flavor. All 4 pieces are looking pretty good right now. Try to seal the heat in a little bit so that we can get that crispy bottom. Now that our salmon is virtually finished, we'll let it keep cooking a little bit back there. Now comes the fun part. I'm a big fan of Gordon Ramsay, and one thing he always talks about is a presentation. So we got to make it all look good for our family or whoever we're cooking for. So grab a scoop of those greens. Keep it all nice and neat there. And folks, there you have it. Alright, and next week we will be over with O'Neil Brown, and he'll show you how to cook a vegan meal. Alright? End of this show, I gotta go eat.